Hello Virgos, and welcome to your weekly zodiac reading. My name is Jessica. I'm really excited before we get started to inform you of some changes that I'm making on my channel that I feel that are just going to make it so that you can have a little bit more of a personalized experience with the readings that you choose. So I'm going to be doing a weekly zodiac, and of course make sure to check out your rising and your moon signs, as well as, of course, I love cross watchers. Anyone who wants to join a video that is the sign of someone they love, I totally encourage that. So the other thing is instead of having a daily goddess reading, I'm just going to do a beautiful overall weekly reading. With partnership, I'm also going to do a divine God reading for the masculine energy. I really felt that that was missing, so I'm really excited to have that addition, as well as a beautiful pick a card reading so that you can pick something, pick one of the decks that you are drawn to, or multiple ones. So you can, like I said, have a more tailored experience for the readings that really do signify and have the messages for you in your life. So I'm really excited about that. So let's go ahead and get into your reading for the week and see what energies are coming through. We're going to start with your overall energy for the week, and let's see what cards are coming through with that message. Of course, we'll define them with tarot. You've got Ocean of Eternal Love. Beautiful. And we've got that new moon coming on, so make sure to consider that in your week. We're going to start feeling that energy coming in. And for your guides, or actually this one is for your higher self or your future self, so that energy is coming in to assist you in giving you some light on your journey for perhaps the messages you need to clarify some things in your walk this week. The next one is going to be from your guides or your angels, your goddesses, your higher self, as well as your demons and your devils. All of the energies are important in life. It's almost like this beautiful basket that holds our journey, and with all those energies, it moves us forward in the expansion of growth. So this one is the messages from there, and it is touching earth, planting something new. And last but not least is going to be the energy perhaps of what we're not choosing to see, or we don't see, something that we don't want to face or acknowledge, so it's going to come through. And this one is body changes. So, and we I think nobody wants to face that one, right? So but there's a lot of messages in our bodies and what's going on, so we're going to see what messages are there for your week and how we can assist you in shining some light on it. So for your overall energy, we've got beautiful, the Empress. Love that right out the gate. Under the Ocean of Eternal Love, healing, creativity, and fertility. We've got the Four Swords in reverse, so that is beautiful. We've got the Four of Pentacles. We got some fours on the ground, actually, and this number right here at the very top is a 44. So that is real foundational. That is something that really get to look at when you start seeing synchronicities of multiple numbers, number patterns, animals in your way and in your life or come by, and that is time to look at that and see what it's trying to tell us. So under your guides, or your higher self rather, you have the Three of Cups in reverse. So there's a little bit of some stagnation coming together. And we've got the Ace of Wands, beautiful. And we've got the Devil. All right, so under your guides, and all the other energies supporting you, bottom, the Hierophant. We've got the Two of Cups, and on top, Eight of Pentacles. for body changes, for the things that we're not wanting to look at or face or acknowledge right now. The messages are Two of Wands. One more. Right there. Two of Swords, and this one, Queen of Swords. All right, beautiful. Beautiful energy here. So the Empress is really, especially with the moon of this ocean of eternal love and this beautiful relationship the ocean has with the moon is so, it's so purposeful, it's so important. And so with the Empress here, the energy really is to tap into that nurturing, motherly energy, and getting in with the rhythms of life, of healing, creativity, and fertility. And right there's some of you that perhaps could be finding out that you are pregnant, or you are pregnant, and you could be just pregnant with a beautiful new idea. You've got the Ace of Wands here for a spark of something. So just because you may not be physically pregnant, it does not mean you are giving birth to your life, and in perhaps a new way. And so with the Four of Swords in reverse, I'm hearing that you've gone in for quite some time, and now it's time to re-emerge. Okay, this is time to get out. It's time to be done with kind of the energy of going within, and now it's time to take action and move what the messages that you acquired while being in that stillness and going within. And it's time to actually take that goddess energy and action and move forward with it. The Four of Pentacles is here. You know, you've been extremely frugal. You've taken this time for yourself, excuse me, and you are in a position now to just really be content on the work that you've done, and this ability to move into the creativity of your life by the healing that you've done or you are starting to do. And with that, your higher self is that sorceress. She's rituals, power, and will. And what I'm hearing here is, even with this devil energy, that this is a state that this is a reminder that hell is just a frame of mind. It is a place where you go, you have the power to take the chains off and remove yourself from that state of being and really go into a place of that spark of creating, birthing something new, because you are fertile. You are fertile with the ability to create the life that you want. You're the sorceress. So she is here. She is, this goddess energy is telling you it is time. It's like getting that magician card. It is time for you to step into all the resources there at your disposal for you to create the life you want. You're feeling a bit stuck, or you have been, or there has been relationships that perhaps have not been serving you. And the message is for you to either, or you've been in search of your tribe or your satsang, your spiritual family, your family that is on that healing journey with you. Perhaps that this is time for you to take action from leaving that space and moving forward to finding your tribe, finding your people. I mean, that's one of the reasons why you're here with me today, is that you're surrounding yourself with like-minded souls, that we are all in partnership with each other to create beautiful lives, to raise the vibration of this beautiful earth. And in doing so, and when we really choose ourselves, we choose out of this confined, trapped, toxic environment of sometimes our own limiting belief, to know that we have the power and the will to be able to create in a way that is so purposeful and so magical. The sorceress is here. The magician is here. You've got this. And so your guides are going another step further for the message of touching earth, planting something new. And I mean, when you look at the flow of readings and how they just magically, everything is in perfect synchronicity, this is touching earth. This is by doing what this is and what you're doing, and in partnership and going into that space. The Empress is all about connecting with the earth, and it's so healing. Get out. I mean, it's summertime right now. We're going to be headed into fall, and then we're going to be going into a more quieter time to be outside and connecting with earth. So I'm hearing very clearly to make sure to, as you go through, to connect with the earth, ground yourself good. But with this new moon energy, now is the time to really plant the seeds of what your intention is to birth this next chapter. Again, some of you might actually be pregnant, and even if you are, it's the same thing. What are you going to now, having this soul in your life, what are you going to do? Whether you don't, what are you going to do next? What seeds are you going to plant now, so that you can move into the something new and something that is purposeful in your creation? The Hierophant here is having you look at perhaps belief systems. Perhaps it's the old way of being. You Virgos are so amazing in the way you come through life, but sometimes we can get really stuck in ways of perfection, and that's something because you guys are so articulate and you're so you have such a detailed way about going through your life and having organization and beauty, that it can also be that double-edged sword that can get you stuck in doing things that aren't important. It's really getting refocused on getting rid of perhaps old confines of ways of being, or how we were raised in either religion or politics, things like that, or just our belief systems that can get in our way. That, hey, listen, we can let go of that, move into what we really want and what we're creating. Because you Virgos, oh my goodness, you know how to do the work. You know how to stay on course. But if we're really going and tapping into the ocean of eternal love, we've got to let things go, because that's where this comes in. The imprisonment, the devil energy of being trapped in ruts or perfectionism. Those are huge walls. Perfectionism gets in our way. It's a mask, and it will always keep showing us our own fear that we're not perfect, because inevitably we can't show up perfectly. It's not in the human experience. We are perfection in just that. But if we have such high standards that we can never reach, we constantly validate our lack of feeling adequate. And that is just not true. And in order to have that ocean of eternal love, because we project that on the people that we love. And the Two of Cups is here. There's love offering here. This is something that is of equal measure. And in order to really have love, in that ocean of love and eternal love, we have to be able to have room to be human. And sometimes you beautiful Virgos can really get wrapped up in the perfection, and then we roll it onto others. Nobody's going to show up perfectly. In fact, we're going to show up with the resistance of showing us who we're not, until we keep molding and showing each other a different way of being and pushing each other to growth and expansion, the very reason that we're here. Eight of Pentacles, you guys, it goes right along with your beautiful ethics of work and perseverance and due diligence, and you're looking at your life in such a beautiful way that your guides want you to know you're doing such a great job, and this is where is deserved to release to plant something new. Be open to going outside of the ruts that you're used to, your own safety nets, what you know is safe. So as we do this, and then I love the body changes card, because that's another indicator of life, how once we have a grasp, we think we have a grasp on something or a control over something, something changes. And our bodies, with the cycles of life, are constantly moving. We're constantly changing. And so with that, it reminds us that we have choices. The Two of Wands is here. We have choices of how we look at things. And when we set off onto an adventure and we make that choice, that it's inspiring us to have this Queen of Swords energy, to really tap into that, of knowing that things are going to change. That's part of life. That's a part of our cyclical nature. And each stage is, if we choose to embrace it, and what I'm seeing with the Two of Swords here is a choice of how we see this. In fact, I just mentioned this in, and I don't know if you have any other signs in Sagittarius, but in the reading I had brought up Viktor Frankl's book, Mankind's Search for Meaning. And in that book, it talks about how we are always in choice. And he was in a concentration camp. He was a psychiatrist and in a concentration camp, so his book is so profound. But the only thing, and not to give it away because it's so beautiful, but the point is that we are always in choice of how we choose to see things. And that is so empowering. And so what I'm hearing in your reading and what your messages are, is that with even the body changes, we are in choice of how we view them. Are we going to embrace the changes that our bodies make? Are we going to love them? I do a lot of ritualistic care as my body changes. I'm getting closer to 50. And so as I am going through this, I found that instead of in resistance of my body changes, I am choosing to love how my body changes. And when I do that, I actually nurture that energy that surrounds it. And so I have a choice of either hating what's happening or loving what's happening, and knowing that I'm going into another phase of my life, another cycle. And just like the ocean and the moon, this is all cycles of life. And when we truly tap into the gratitude of the cycle we're in, we empower ourselves. I've got a little fly flying around me. and we empower ourselves. And a fly, if you really look at the spirit of a fly, they renew, and they are constantly they're little cleaners, and they're going through life, and they're changing, and they don't stop. They just keep going, and it's part of cycles. Don't stop. Our bodies are not going to stop doing what they're going to do. Now, do we have a choice on how we nurture, feed, take care of, guide, and accept? Absolutely. So it's being the ability to release and let go of the attachments to how we think things should be, and have the ability to be in allowance and surrender. So I love this. Keep surrendering, keep trying new things, keep pushing ourselves. When things feel hard or difficult, they're usually for you. They're for that growth and expansion. So Virgos, I'm so happy that you joined me today in your reading. I look forward to next week, and of course any of my other videos that are for you. And please like, comment, and of course subscribe so that you don't miss any of my channels or my videos. So thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.